Hi everybody, my name is Belinda. I am a vegan competitive bodybuilder, master trainer, and certified plant-based nutritionist. So on today's video, we're going to talk about 5 things I do to keep my stress on the lower side. One of the biggest things I think that women miss, especially as we get older, is the fact that our stress level directly correlates to how our body composition manifests and how we reach our goals. So your diet could look perfect on paper. Your macros could be perfect. You could be going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. You could be hitting all your steps. You could be doing all of the things and still not be having that body that you want to have or feeling like you're progressing in your body composition journey if your stress is not managed. So when you are overwhelmed, when you are stressed, your body will react. You are not going to recover as well. You're not going to build muscle as well. You're going to have issues with your hunger management. Being overwhelmed also leads to a very all or nothing mindset. I've had a bad day, I'm just gonna eat whatever I want and I'm gonna start again when I feel better. Building a body depends on the consistent things you do. So here are some things that I do to keep my stress on the lower side in a super chaotic, hectic world and life that we all live in, right? I, of course, am not stress-free. I am a real person. I have a full-time job. I have a family. I have all of these tasks, things I have to do. So there is stress in my day, but I do feel that many years on this journey, an entire decade of working on myself, I've really found a few of these things to be super helpful in how I manage my stress and more or less live a pretty stress-free life considering all of the things I have on my plate. So first thing is I structure my day. I never wake up having no idea what I'm going to do. Every day has a purpose. Every day has a schedule. My Monday through Friday looks a little bit different on my weekend, but I'm not just waking up and letting the day happen. Sure, that might happen a few times a year, but on the day-to-day regular, I have a schedule. This is what helps me feel stable and less overwhelmed. I like knowing what I have to do every day. I like knowing where I have to be. I like knowing what I'm going to eat. I like knowing when I'm going to sleep. All of these things lead to less decision fatigue over time. You might not be realizing it, but if you don't have a structure in your day-to-day, you're making decisions all day about the next thing you're going to do, the next thing you're going to eat. I fell behind, now I'm stressed. All of these things lead to buildup of cortisol in your body, feeling stressed, feeling overwhelmed. You can eliminate a lot of that by just having a structure. So my Monday through Friday, I have found that what's working best for me is I do all of my fitness, bodybuilding stuff in the morning, or I wake up early, I get it done, I do my training, and then I'm home and I work from home, so I'm working all day. And then around 4 or 5 p.m., I can start to wind down the workday and ease into my evening. And I have a bedtime that I stick to pretty much every single night. And this just keeps my day flowing and less stressful, as if I was just trying to get from to place and missing my workout because I had this to do. I plan my errands and my workout schedule around my tasks that I have to do. I look at my week. I say to myself, currently I'm training 4 days a week. So I will, if I have a doctor's appointment on one day, I won't train that day maybe. I don't want to overwhelm each day. You have 7 days in a week. You can spread your things out so that they make sense and you don't feel so overwhelmed. Second thing that I do is I keep my to-do list on the shorter side. I find that when my to-do list is long pages, and I'm not talking about work, by the way, I'm talking about my personal life, I feel like I'm very overwhelmed and very far behind. So I like to keep my to-do list to 10 items at a time, and I like to tackle 2 of those items a day. So I try and focus on 2 meaningful tasks a day that I can get done. I'll give an example of the past week. I had on my to-do list, I had something with Air France I had to deal with, a lost baggage from a while ago. I had to book a groomer appointment for my dogs. I had to, what was another thing I had to do this week? I had to move some money around. So I had different things I had to do that I wanted to accomplish in that week. I took out my work week, my Monday through Friday. I do try and keep my tasks in the Monday through Friday realm, and I just slotted them for 2 a day. So if you have 5 days in a week, you want to be on the more productive side. I just give myself 2 tasks a day. So that way I'm not feeling super overwhelmed and super far behind all the time. I'm just focusing on 2 things a day. I even find that when I tell myself I'm going to do 3 or 4 things, I tend to not hit them, and I feel behind and I get stressed. So keep your to-do list on the shorter side and block out those tasks throughout the week in a way that makes sense. I tend to do the more tedious ones that I don't want to do earlier in the week. That way, by the time I get to Thursday and Friday, it's sort of the easier things, like calling the groomer, rescheduling a doctor's appointment, things that don't take a lot of brain power, and I'm doing the things that use more brain power earlier in the week. I find that that's what works best for me, and keeping my to-do list on the smaller side really helps keep that stress down, because part of living a less stressful life is when you go to bed at night and you're laying there and your thoughts aren't racing. Instead, you're just saying to yourself, I had a great day. This was a good day. Tomorrow's going to be even better, instead of thinking about all of the things you have to do the next day. All right, now the third thing I do, and this is something that has taken me a long time to learn in my journey, a long time. I've learned how to rest, because the biggest Achilles heel of an overachiever, a type A personality, a bodybuilder like me is not resting, not taking downtime. So I have blocked out times that I rest. I have my 4 days a week that I train. I have 3 days a week that I don't train. Those 3 days a week I am in contest prep, so I am still doing cardio and stuff, but I'm not training, so I have more time to give time back to myself. So I make sure I plug in, maybe making sure that night I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. Maybe another night I'm taking an Epsom salt bath. Maybe another night I have absolutely no plans at all and the whole evening is completely free. I block out time in my week where I have nothing on my plate. And that goes back to keeping the schedule. But because I have my day organized, because I have my to-do list organized, I'm able to make that time for myself that I can just sit down and chill. Very important. And for the most part, those are my evenings, Monday through Friday, since I am doing the majority of my tasks in the day. I really like from 6 p.m. and on, I can just really take a chill pill and relax. So block out rest time. Fourth thing I do to keep stress low, I rarely scroll. Rarely. And I know that this sounds hard to believe because I'm online, but this is something I've really been working on for about the past 2 years. I would say each 6 months I get better at it. And I'm really at a point in my device relationship journey where I do not scroll anymore. So what do I do to accomplish this? I use an app called App Block. I pay for the paid version. There's a free version as well. And I choose the apps it's going to block. And for example, on my phone, it blocks Instagram, it blocks my email, and it blocks Reddit, because I had a problem where I was really scrolling Reddit a lot. So it blocks these 3 things on my phone. I cannot open the apps on my phone when that is turned on. And it has really eliminated a lot of maybe me being distracted during the day and sitting there scrolling. No, I do not do it anymore. I keep stress very low. And part of the no scrolling is I typically keep my phone in the kitchen at 6 p.m. and I don't touch it really for the rest of the night until maybe I need to set my alarm for the next day or check something very quickly. But I do not sit on the couch at night with my phone scrolling. If I do feel like I want something to occupy myself with when I'm sitting on the couch, I use my iPad, which I find is less like doom scroll than the phone. So I have my iPad, I use the Libby app, which I can rent books and magazines for free from the local library. I read magazines, I have my New York Times, I read those things on my iPad at night to calm myself down, and I'm just sitting there on my phone scrolling away. So I really think that no phone at night, keeping it in another room, notifications off, I really think it helps clearing your head at night, keeping your stress down to get ready for the next day. Next thing I do, and this is thing number 5, is that it's a trick I've had for like the past few years where, you know, I do all of the other things that I mentioned and I do keep my stress level pretty low. There are times when my to-do list or just everything going on at work, or maybe I have something personal going on that's very intense, I just feel very, very overwhelmed and I feel like I can't catch up. Like every single day I wake up and I'm just overwhelmed with all the things I have to do. It doesn't happen that often since I've been practicing these things for so long, but it does happen occasionally. When I'm in those situations, what I do is I take my calendar, I look at the next 3 weeks, and I go ahead and cancel every single thing that's not essential. So that sometimes is saying sorry to a friend I was supposed to do something with. It means some random errand I had to do that's non-essential. It's canceling maybe some commitments I made to somebody if something I'm going to do for them by a certain time. I reach out to everybody, all the things, and for 3 full business weeks, I cancel everything. Of course, this is not my full-time job. This is outside my full-time job. And I find that 3 weeks is enough time for me to catch up, get back on schedule, and then I do have to cancel social plans to do that. I say to I give them the reason why. Maybe my plate's a little bit too full right now. Sorry, I can't meet up with you. I'll be in touch in a few weeks to reschedule. And then in those few weeks, I will reschedule if I have the ability to do it. And if I don't, and I don't really worry about it, you have to practice what is best for you. And I think that as women is like one of the things that we all struggle with the most, because we want to do all the things. We want to say yes to everybody. No is also a complete sentence. No, I'm not able. No, I'm not going to be doing that right now. And just no thank you is a complete sentence. So don't feel like you have to say yes to every single thing that people offer you to do. You have to protect your peace. And to be honest with you, like a relatively stress-free life, like the one I try and lead, it's pretty boring, it's structured, and it's simple. And I know that it doesn't seem flashy. You might be looking for some big secret trick, but the reality is that structure and a routine is what works to keep your stress on the lower side. And again, just like repeating why all of these things are so important in your body composition journey is that the more consistent you can be with your day-to-day, with how you manage your stress, will yield better results in building your body, building the healthy habits, building your routine. More you have everything set in place for you to succeed, there will be less opportunities for you to just say, you know what, forget it, this is too hard, I'm overwhelmed, I'm just gonna eat whatever I want, I'm gonna do whatever I want, I'm not training for the next month, I have too much to do. If you structure your time, if you prioritize what makes you feel good, these things over time will lead to a healthier habit that will lead to less stress. It sometimes is more stressful at the beginning because you're trying to figure out how to work all of the structure into your life. But once you get a good routine going, I wouldn't be surprised if you're feeling more organized, more at peace, less drained from day to day because you've planned out your day better, you're getting all your stuff done, you're working on you, you're training, you're eating healthier, your food is organized. All of these things help you feel more motivated to keep going in your journey. Not every day is going to be perfect, but a little bit better than yesterday is. So I hope some of this was helpful. Thank you guys so much for all of your likes, comments, and everything. And anything you guys want to know, any other topics you want me to cover, feel free to comment and let me know. Have a great week ahead and continue to work on those healthy habits. Bye.